Boys.
What's going on, boys?
Boy.
Tommy, welcome back.
Thank you. You boys did a stellar job while I was away. Very impressed.
Someone has to carry the boats.
Couple of great pods. Really enjoyed them.
Yeah. Well, you know, we did fire. We thought, oh, we'll give the old dog a
Throw him a bone.
yeah. Second chance. You know, we'll put him on the rookie. We'll put him back on the rookie list and see how we go.
The board of directors had a decision today. No, I really enjoyed it, and thanks to Brian Starring, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Really,
Shout out.
Really interesting insight, and I'm such a shame that I wasn't there to see it, but got to enjoy it over there. So,
That's
well done, boys. It was really good.
Yeah.
Good to have you back, man. Tell us a bit about trip. It was good.
Trip was really good. It was there are places and the things that I did to watch GP and watch F1 are amazing. I was watching the Formula One in the middle of a European party in the Uluwatu in Bali at one point. European chicks everywhere.
Oh,
Unreal.
didn't get yourself into trouble, did you?
No. European. There was not an Aussie there, and everyone was loving the F1s.
Yeah.
Just anyway, there was this bar. It was on the streets of Uluwatu. People were sort of all surrounded this big TV.
That's awesome.
I was talking to the owner. The owner had a 6-meter TV upstairs, and he chose to put the rugby on. So I said, bro, look, everyone's standing here watching the F1s. No one's upstairs watching the rugby. I was pissed at this point. I was like, 6 meters TV, 6 meters, and you haven't got it on. But it was funny.
Did you get out the measuring tape like the old codgers?
It was Bali, so it could have been like something different. But I had a good time. Good to be back though.
Awesome,
Bit of a
man.
homebody, so.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, mate.
But it was a couple of good races. Obviously, you guys touched on MotoGP last week.
Yeah.
And then F1 this week.
Great race. I
Great
thought.
race, yeah.
It was a really good race.
I think that it's and the feeling and the vibe going back to where I was it was just awesome to see Ferrari win again.
Yeah.
It was. It was nice.
So and Carlos Sainz, Norris, old pals at McLaren just put it on. So
Tactical masterclass,
yeah, it
really.
was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was. You know, it's funny as well. This could be F1 if Max Verstappen just wasn't winning by 4 laps every fucking round.
True. Yeah.
Great point.
It's a great point.
Anyone can win. It's just he's just so much faster. But
Isn't it amazing seeing 3 teams going for the win?
Yeah, it was great.
When's the last time that's happened?
and yeah, just 4 drivers on the last lap.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't really pick what was going to happen.
Massive rookie error from Russell.
Yeah. Couldn't have happened to a better bloke.
Bloody crying.
Crying in the press conference. Daniel, what do you think of that?
That's weak as piss. Seriously. No, what did you say? You had a great point before.
I said no wonder they're all pals because they're. Oh, I can't say what I said before.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
No, it's just a
We'll
lack
back you
of.
up.
I mean, imagine if you were racing in the 70s and the 80s with James Hunt and something. You go, 30 years, man crashes out of 3rd place and cries. Like, you
That bashed the shit out of him.
What's going on? But that's the new age, isn't it? So
Nah, it's fucking weak as piss, I reckon. Seriously.
Yeah, no, I back you up. I think it is too.
the new modern man.
Like, fair enough if you lost a championship because of it.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
blame
a
you.
race.
But,
Yeah.
man, out of 3rd position, or if it's your first win, I kind of get it. But
And I think you have to look at life where you grow from your mistakes.
100%.
And if you look at Russell over the last 5 years, he's a gun driver, but he does make those silly mistakes.
And it was his
Yeah.
pure mistake. It was not like it was taken out or something like that.
just too close to the wall.
Man,
Yeah.
same thing was when he was in the points in a couple of years ago. He was in the Williams. Where was it? It was in the Italian Grand Prix.
I'm trying to think
Not
back.
Monza, the other track.
Imola.
Imola. It was Imola. He was in the points and he was, I think, probably 4th or 5th. And behind the safety car, lost it, crashed into the wall.
Yes.
Lost the points.
Yeah.
Man, crazy. How did I forget Imola?
Yeah, true.
But just little things like that. Like you never see Hamilton make that mistake. You never see Max Verstappen make that mistake.
Multiple world champions.
Yeah. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So going through results, because we have spoken about Carlos Sainz, Norris, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, and then Verstappen still gets 5th. After
Yeah,
all
it
that.
came. That was a good drive, seriously.
It was
and you
a
could
good
see him
drive.
fighting the car. Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing looked like it was on like skates, man. It was dicing around everywhere.
Isn't it
struggling a
interesting that the car has been so good at any other track, it just didn't work around the streets?
Do we know why? I remember that Martin Brundle, said to Christian Horner on the grid, he was just like, what's going on? He's like, if I could tell you, I would, but
Yeah.
the only thing that's changed is like the aero, I think it was.
I think their rear wing, they
Yeah,
changed
rear wing, that
slightly.
was
It was a
it,
bit
yeah.
smaller.
Yeah, I think they just went into the weekend with the wrong setup. And
Yeah.
it just didn't suit. And that Max has never won around the streets of Singapore.
Yeah.
There you
Never
go.
won. So it's never really worked for him. Last year, Perez won. So obviously the car was working a little bit better then. But
But loves
Yeah.
it. He's pretty good around the street circuit though, Perez, isn't he?
Yeah. He likes the low grip sort of rear limited circuits.
Yeah.
So that's his forte. I
Where did
suppose.
he finish? Sorry, Perez.
11th or 12th, maybe.
No, I thought he was in the points, wasn't he?
Got it in front of me.
Did
Sorry, he was 8th.
Yeah.
He was 8th after obviously Russell beating it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lawson, first points in his career as well.
Yeah, amazing.
That's thrown a little curveball next year, I think, for what Red Bull and AlphaTauri are going to do.
He looks like he's got some serious talent, man.
Man, who comes in?
Yeah.
How's Sonoda hasn't had a racing lap in like...
Yeah,
Yeah.
two rounds.
Yeah.
Poor bloke. That
Yeah.
sucks. That's rough as. But it was an interesting stat with Lawson. First driver ever to achieve points in their debut season in Singapore.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
something
wow.
like that, or like one of their
Yeah.
debut races in Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toughest Grand Prix of the year on the body. And that's what they train for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They train in the winter for that event.
And-
That's absolutely...
And the heat as well. I remember
Yeah.
all talking about the heat, just how brutal it is.
Yeah.
And it would be in those cars. Fuck, man.
Yeah,
Too
that-
much.
it wouldn't be too kosher. And their water packs would get pretty hot as well, I think.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be warm water. You know, Verstappen has coconut water in his...
No shit.
Yeah, in his thing, he drinks on coconut water, so it wouldn't be as bad in the when it gets hot, I suppose. So
It's when you know you're winning. You fucking just coconut water.
Jeez,
Seriously.
you think you'd have Red Bull in there, a bit of sponsorship?
Yeah.
but mark my words, Max will win by 30 seconds this weekend.
Yeah, I think he'll come out and prove a point.
That's such a Red Bull circuit, Suzuka as well.
That's a great track.
Oh,
It's one
Awesome
of the
track.
best just in the world for anything.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
Suzuka.
It's unreal.
will you ever see MotoGP back there?
Nah.
Nah, it's too dangerous, I think.
Yeah, Colin Edwards said that that right-hander coming out of the chicane said everyone knows not to crash
yes.
there because
Yeah,
there's no out of the hairpin. Sorry,
Yeah.
going up the hill, everyone knows not to crash there because there's no runoff.
There's no runoff.
You're gone.
That's crazy. It's still crazy that they ride around there. Really,
Yeah.
They do the 8 hour and
Yep.
whatever else.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, jeez. It's true, yeah, because it's a concrete barrier there, isn't it? They probably put tires or something,
Maybe,
but then that also makes the runoff even smaller when they start putting tires. So
and it's a human body going into another car.
yeah, exactly right.
I wonder what the weather's going to be like for Suzuka because it always can be a bit dicey in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
interesting, they've actually moved Suzuka next year to the start of the year.
Okay.
So it's going to be about, I think, the 5th or 6th round of the season.
So
it's gonna,
just after us?
yeah, 2 weeks after us.
Yeah, cool.
So they're going to, obviously going through, because we laugh about this, is they go from this country to this country to this country, like just keep all the Asian, Oceania.
Yeah.
That's what MotoGP does.
I was
Yeah.
going to say,
Yeah.
they've just done that this year.
It's like this year's been ridiculous. They flew over to Miami, then they flew back to there, and they flew back to Canada. Like,
Yeah, it's a head
they
start.
talk about zero emissions and moving forward. Imagine the bloody emissions it would take to
Yeah.
fly
That's
and
true.
That's surprising for Formula One. They're normally
Yeah.
pretty not like on it, you know.
I was to say, well organised.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. What do you think with Ferrari? Like, is it just a one-off thing, or have they found something?
I definitely think they found something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think they really didn't put a foot wrong all weekend.
that's all right.
I think the
think-
only thing they
yeah.
fucked up was making Charles back the pack up. And when they double stacked,
Yep.
that fucked him and it probably ruined his race.
He backed the pack too far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he backed it over 3 seconds because I noticed it. I said, I reckon even when the safety car came out, he actually pulled the brakes again
Yeah.
because he would have been 5 or 6 seconds behind when they pitted. I mean, he would have been 2 or 3 seconds behind, and then the safety car came out and he was like 6 seconds behind.
Yeah, he really let it
And
go
then he came
out.
into the pits. Russell got right up his ass, and then yeah,
Yeah, they had to hold him on the release for
because Hamilton was coming through. So
Hamilton, and then Norris
yeah,
jumped in front of him as well.
yeah, right.
yeah. I think either of the Ferraris could have won, but they just left Leclerc out to die.
Yeah, but he did say, he goes, the objective was for the team to win. He goes, it wasn't my
Yeah.
race to win.
Yeah,
So that's pretty good for him. It's pretty selfless.
that's all right. Especially with a season where it's you're not guaranteed to win
No, that's
by
right.
any stretch.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think for him, like, we talk about loyalty in the GP. His loyalty obviously lies with Ferrari. So he probably just wants to see them win before he sees himself win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
I'd say so.
and your team winning just makes it a stronger team, a stronger car.
Yeah,
You know, you're gonna iron sharpens iron. You know,
that's it.
so we'll see how we go. I guess with that. But yeah, I think as you said with Suzuka, I think Red Bull's gonna come out fucking firing.
Yeah.
100%.
They'll just have a field day. Both of them, I think.
Well, you got the Japanese Grand Prix, then we're back to Qatar. So back to
Yeah.
and that's a crazy track on an F1 car. Obviously, the GP's been going there for years, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I
true.
love
there's
that
so
track.
many flat out corners. Like in GP, it's so much slower.
Yeah, yeah.
But that last sector, I think there's about 3 or 4 flat corners in a row.
Yeah, though that sequence of rights.
Yeah.
Because it goes right, then there's a quick left,
Yeah.
and then there's the hairpin onto the straight.
Yeah.
So
Is the main passing just all on the straights?
pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. They didn't pass too many the last couple of years there. Lance Stroll. Fuck.
Man,
Shunt.
Yeah,
he's
big
cooked.
One. Big one. I actually got some stats on him. He has caused $2,300,000 worth of damage this year.
You're kidding me.
Second most.
Fuck.
Logan Sargent's number 1 at 2.8 million. Both daddy's money.
But Sargent is a rookie, so you kind of expect it.
Yeah, I know.
But what's the go? Surely he can't be around for much longer, Stroll. I know you're a massive fan, but
yeah,
you know,
it's hard.
he's not really putting it together.
Interestingly, they've come out and said that last corner there was an awkward curb.
Yeah.
And they couldn't really go full flat out on it. And obviously he's gone, I need to get into Q2.
Let's have a look.
Let's go full flat. And then he's just lost the rear end. So you see it on board, he's... That's a mangled F1 car. If you
Yeah,
actually
isn't
watch see how close he was cut. He actually, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
true.
nice, yeah.
True.
Jeez, that's dangerous, man.
The G-forces they must be going through for that.
Yeah. Interesting, he didn't race on Sunday. He got out of the car and he went to the press conference, but obviously they just didn't let him drive. So unless he had some delayed concussion or something like that.
Yeah, potentially. Do you guys know what the G's were?
No, I'm not too sure.
The impact of it?
But I reckon it'll be out there. For that
That's-
split seconds.
That's scary, man.
It's a big one. It's the biggest one I've seen in a while.
Yeah, again, no time for the speed to rub off either.
Yeah, just straight in there.
It's a good thing that street circuits, but you see a bit more of those. Like we're just talking about it, unforced errors. Like prime examples, George Russell and that last lap. Like you don't see that often these days. You know, they're all pretty much dialed in.
There's definitely less mistakes. These cars are hard to drive, obviously, but they've got so much aero on board. So it's just how far you want to take it, and that's obviously he's taken it too far.
Yeah, he's just he's towed the line and crossed
Yeah,
it.
especially with that. Yeah, as I said, those curbs on that last corner. They were talking about it all weekend. So
It wasn't much of an Aston Martin track though, was it? Because Alonso,
He had a day to forget.
yeah,
well, he qualified. Was it 6th? Oh no, 7th possibly, and then had to pass Magnussen on the first lap, and he did. But then just the comical of errors to the pit stops and stuff.
yeah.
A 26-second pit stop at the end. That just cooked him.
Yeah.
And then he made that mistake going,
Yeah.
running straight on,
Yeah, true.
locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over 100,000 Ks, but he's driven in a race, which was a pretty crazy stat.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, definitely one to forget for him.
Most in history, obviously.
I think so. Yeah, I think that makes him the. Or it might be between him and Kimi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough. I didn't hear him say the most, but yeah. But just rough for Aston Martin all round. I think Ocon was pretty stiff as well. I thought he was racing really, really well,
Yeah.
and then just got unlucky with the mechanical.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
sort of
that's
a
true.
bit of heartbreak in the end. Because it was quite close to the end. What do you guys think of Helmut Marko's comments? Did you hear what he said about Sergio Perez?
Refreshing.
Oh yeah,
I thought, James,
About
this
work-
is right up your alley.
yeah.
So Helmut Marko, head of Red Bull Racing, okay,
This is so
has
bad.
come out and said that Perez doesn't have the same mental capacity as a German or a Belgian driver. So he makes more mistakes.
Because he's more fiery. Cause
Yeah.
You know,
He's actually come out and said because he's South American.
yeah, because of the Latina heat, Rip
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero type of thing.
But I thought of you straight away with this because we do talk about this all the time with these robotic Germans, robotic
yeah. That's a
Dutch
good
and
point.
stuff. And he actually came out and said it, and there's been an uproar. Obviously, Toto Wolff came out and said it was disgusting and all this, and then Lewis Hamilton did his little.
What do you wear like a fucking rainbow tutu or something like that, Lewis Hamilton? Seriously,
Standard.
But I think he said something about work ethic as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just what really tied it up.
Can we get the quote up or something? I kind of want to have a look.
Oh, I think it's hard to find now because it's been like cancelled.
Is he being cancelled, Helmut Marko?
Well, I've actually got James has the same thoughts.
There you go.
Not Daniel and I though, because we're straight edge.
Yeah, we're straight edge, you know.
So, he got a written warning from the FIA about it. But he said some crazy things over there. He just says exactly what he thinks, and that's what's lost in this whole world at the moment.
Yeah,
is you
that's
can't
right.
say anything that you think.
Yeah.
Because you just get absolutely ridiculed for it. So
Well, he's gotten a written warning from the FIM apparently.
yeah.
He's South American and he's just not as completely focused in his head as Max or as Sebastian.
As a South American, he generally has a lot of ups and downs. That's so fucked up.
I know.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing to say. Like, but that's what like your grandpa would say. But you know what I mean? Like all those old
he's 80
dudes.
years old.
Yeah, they've just come out of World War II. Of course, they're gonna say something crazy like that.
Man.
It's crazy.
You know, it's not. Yeah, as you said, not Hamilton fucking walking around with fucking pink fingernails. Like, it's gonna say call it how it is, and maybe there's a bit of truth to that.
Man, there's lots of truth to that.
You know what I mean? Like,
There is. But there is. Like, they haven't got that. It's a different thing. It's like Aussies.
Yeah.
It's so much more relaxed.
yeah, we're like Aussies are lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we work to. Aussies loved COVID.
Yeah.
Fucking not doing anything for 3 months. Like, it's so true.
Yeah.
Getting on the
So
dole.
It's like when you go to like the the islands in Fiji and stuff. It's just everyone's different.
yeah, that's right.
Coconuts.
Yeah.
So
You go.
that's a few coconuts in Bali.
Did you? Yeah, were they good?
Yeah, fresh ones is good.
Would have
Yeah.
been plenty around.
You go to India and you go to the markets. They fucking love them up. They love selling your stuff. So it's how it works.
But yeah, as was touched on before, it's interesting comments from him. But yeah, he's over the years he said some pretty crazy shit. So,
I love that.
Christian Horner actually came out and said, which I thought was a bit of a cop out. He goes, "Oh, we didn't issue a statement because he's not actually an employee of Red Bull Formula One team. He's an employee of Red Bull." So,
Okay,
Yeah, right.
there's a loophole.
but
That's
it's a
smart.
bit of a
It's off his
bit of a non-story. And you
That
know,
beat up, man.
you know what
Everyone
else?
forget about
You know
it.
what
It
else?
sounds.
you know what else is a bit of a non-story? I think the snub on Oscar Piastri from Martin Brundle. I think Martin Brundle was just trying to wish happy birthday to.
I reckon
Yeah, he
that was
was.
rude as fuck.
Obviously, if that was not a rookie, he wouldn't have done that.
And it was on TV. He wouldn't have done that to Hamilton.
No, well, Hamilton is refused to he never gets interviewed on the grid.
Good.
But you know what? Brundle will go up to Piastri this week and
make like a thing of it.
yeah, he will.
Yeah. I think he did come out and apologise.
Look, you're not going to hate the guy over it, but it was just I thought it was just a brain fade.
It was super awkward. Like,
Yeah, it was as awkward. On TV, you
get
know.
it up.
Have to come through here, and I feel a bit like a goalkeeper. How you doing?
Oh,
Here to sort of see if we can just get. Here comes Oscar. Bad luck in qualifying. You've got some work to do.
Here we go.
Yeah, we'll try.
Typical
our best to see if
commentators
we can,
snubbing
Esteban,
Piastri, though.
Esteban, happy birthday. He's gone. Sorry, I missed him.
Oh, no, I can't,
that's
man.
bad.
That's
Thank you
cringe.
very much. Thank you. Good luck. Hope you get some presents.
It was
on your
just
birthday
while,
in
and it was
Formula
while he was talking.
World Championship points.
He just looked spaced, but he didn't look quite in it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the heat got to him.
Brundle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brundle would never do that.
I'm telling you, it's just a brain fade.
Yeah,
Like, you're
yeah.
not gonna rip the guy to shreds over it,
No.
but
No.
it's it was just awkward. Like, it's on TV. It's a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, he'd be embarrassed by that 100%. He's an amazing commentator, Martin Brundle.
Yeah, and it's embarrassing for Oscar Piastri because it's like,
It's a bit of a spit in the face.
yeah,
Like,
because he's going to someone better in quotation marks, or you know, you just snubbing him for.
But this
Yeah.
goes back to this whole thing, how good Piastri's been. He fucking finished 7th.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what a
Up 10
recovery,
I
man.
know. And they just don't talk about him.
Nah.
It's just something, I don't know if it's because he's got like the lack of probably bit of lack of personality, possibly.
Maybe.
But that'll come too. Like, he's probably still finding his feet. And
Who comes into a world championship the first year and is full of fucking personality?
very rare.
Yeah.
It's so rare.
100%.
You know, unless you fucking George Russell crying all over the shop or something like that, and that's really it, isn't it?
Well, speaking about George Russell, let's just watch where he fucked up. Just for good measure.
On the final podium place on the last lap.
Look, he was probably half a chance at the win, but if this didn't happen...
It's a fucking spew,
I reckon
isn't
that
it?
had him coming.
Yeah. You'd be fucking spewing, but seriously.
There's actually footage, like, of a fan footage behind. He's like going, he's cracking it like when he gets out of the car.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
But yeah.
It would be. It's like, you know, a whole weekend of practice and running over data and simulations and then, like, you know, 5 corners to go or whatever it is.
At the end of the day, Mercedes pitting for those medium tyres was the best.
Yeah,
was the best
genius.
strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was real
And
smart, wasn't it?
they saved fresh rubber for that occasion,
Yeah.
and they actually should have finished 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I was texting my old man in the race. I said they're going to finish 1 and 2, and then I went into get this. This is crazy. So they pitted for medium tyres. I had to take a piss. So I walked into the toilet. On the cubicle, brand Toto. I was like, fuck, Omen. I cracked it because I was like, fucking Mercedes going to win. And it was in my mind. So
They were psyching you
they
out.
were psyching me out, the dogs.
That's
Fucking
funny, man.
But yeah, good race in the end. I really enjoyed it. Couple of trade rumours next year. I think Red Bull, AlphaTauri are going to have a few big issues. Because I don't
Yeah.
know how they leave Liam Lawson out for next year, but they're going to have to.
They're having the same issue with fucking MotoGP.
Yeah.
And it's like Red Bull as well. It's the craziest
Yeah,
thing. You know,
true.
they've got this fucking talent coming through and they don't know what to do.
I personally, this is going to sound so fucking harsh, but I reckon I would leave Ricciardo out.
I think that's a great call.
I'm actually with you. I thought the same thing.
Liam Lawson Tsunoda is an exciting prospect, and then leave Perez and Verstappen in
Yeah, in Red Bull.
I just think Liam Lawson has come out and he's really impressed me. And like the first 2 races, like, I don't want him to go well because it actually is going to
Yeah.
affect Ricciardo. But
Yeah.
now, man, him finishing 9th was fantastic, and knocking Verstappen out in qualifying as well.
At a tough circuit.
Tough circuit.
You know, or the toughest. So it's good.
And
on
looks
him,
like a
man.
really nice guy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a bit of
And you
character
know,
about him.
the Aussies, we're very arrogant towards the Kiwis. We think they're like really Aussies anyway.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
Yeah, we like adopt them. And
Yeah.
like we just kind of poach them.
Yeah,
If they know
honorary.
if they know where they're Kiwis,
That's
if
right.
they're going somewhere, they're like, oh no, he's Aussie. He's Anzacs.
Yeah, still counts.
Still counts.
Yeah, I did read that Danny Ricci's going to stay, most likely next year.
Well, they've come out. Sonoda's pretty much signed, and they're going to announce it at his home track this weekend.
Yeah,
and
nice.
then they're announcing Ricciardo as well.
yeah.
So
Geez, you wouldn't want to lose someone like Lawson, but
they're going to lose him. He'll go to, I don't know. They should get rid of Sargent and put him in the Williams or something.
That's what I was thinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a bad shout.
Seriously.
But he could have a contract. That's the thing. Could have a contract with Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is smart in what they do.
Because, you know, Carlos Sainz, he came out of the Red Bull
Yeah.
Junior,
Yeah.
and he was with Toro Rosso, and then they released him from the contract, and then he went, obviously, to McLaren and then to Ferrari. So
I don't think they could lose him. I think he's a fucking gem.
Yeah.
Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
And this is the thing. You just got to take your opportunity. This is what Nick de Vries didn't do. He didn't take the opportunity. He got a seat, and he didn't show anything.
Is Yuki Tsunoda that good though?
so overrated,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I reckon he's so overrated.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's pretty good.
What's he done?
Nothing.
Well,
Nothing. He hasn't had any shock results, anything like that.
No, that's what I think.
But probably brings the money in as well from Japan. Same thing as Taka Nakagami does,
Yeah.
who has just recently signed, but we'll get onto that soon.
But
Yeah.
I don't think he's, you know, even like look at Liam Lawson's second race, whatever it is. Everyone's talking about him, what he's already done. But
Bro, this weekend will be the show. This is his home track. Sono's home track. He would have done thousands of lap around here. But I don't think he's got the mental capacity
yeah, it's true.
to last in F1. Like, he's never... I
He's,
don't know.
you know, it's actually crazy. He's the opposite of stereotypical. He's like a hothead Japanese.
Yeah.
Normally they're cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
And then
he's-
just fluff it in the last corner.
His biggest... Apparently, his ambition in life is to own a restaurant.
yeah. He talks about it.
Yeah, not to be a F1 world champion. He wants to own, and he's just racing in F1 just so he can afford to own a restaurant.
That's so funny.
And he's a big gamer. Games all day.
Oh, there you go.
That's standard Japanese, but isn't it? They
I know he
play
hates
Fortnite and
training
shit.
and shit like that.
Hey, remember on Drive to Survive?
Yeah. Like, I know they've invested a shitload of money and time into his training.
He's
and
obviously got a
getting him up and about.
fuck ton of natural talent.
He
Mate.
Yeah.
does. Yeah, he
You
does
know.
have a talent. He does have heaps of talent.
But I don't know. I reckon he's overrated. I reckon they could get someone better than him. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh, well, man, Lawson Ricardo. How good would that be?
Yeah,
It
that would
would
be
be
fucking
cool.
the
It'd be
Anzac
like an
team.
Anzac bloody festival there.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good
of the Albert
point.
Park livery they could pull out.
Fuck, yeah,
Pretty
true.
sick.
Well, it's going to be Hugo Boss racing next year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying that. That's cool.
We broke that story a few weeks ago.
So I wonder how that's going to work with Aston if they lose them as a
Yeah, it's
apparel
interesting.
sponsor.
Because I think the whole thing with Lawrence Stroll, and obviously how he's got all his money was he was one of the first to start importing Hugo Boss, start importing Ralph Lauren, those brands, and that's his company. That's why he's so wealthy. So
Gotcha.
obviously he's a philanthropist, so he's gone into other things as well. But I think that was the first thing he did. So I think he's got an affiliation with them. So we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, nice.
Anything to add on F1, boys?
The race, a little bit of a stat or fun fact. The race has actually been timed out 4 times
Yeah.
in Singapore.
Yeah, interesting. They've taken out those 4 corners, so it was a bit quicker this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which it probably added a little bit to the racing, but I used to like that section. So that's when they went underneath the grandstand.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't have that anymore. So
But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, otherwise, as all the commentators said, the smoothest of operations by Carlos.
smooth operator.
I'm spewing because last week when it was just Daniel and I had like I just had a gut feeling that Red Bull weren't going to do well. And I was like,
Oh, do you guys have some tips?
yeah, I picked Red Bull 1 too. And I was so close to being like, you know what? I feel like they're not going to do well. I just had this sneak and then I didn't say.
You didn't have crystal ball here.
Nah, I didn't have the balls to have my crystal ball,
Yeah.
Gotta just put it out there, mate.
Yeah, idiot.
I think I had Charles for a podium for like redemption from the week before.
Yeah.
Missing out, but otherwise I was the same. I had Red Bull 1 too.
Yeah.
Just one
Yeah,
of those
Bax didn't
things.
sound confident all week and all year. He's always said this is going to be the round he's going to struggle with. So smooth operator.
Well, it was good
yeah.
to finally have a change up. Have some
Yeah,
different cars
Forza
going for the
Ferrari.
win.
Absolutely.
Good to have them
Well,
back.
fingers crossed it's, there's a couple more races like this towards the end of the year.
Yeah, we've had a couple podiums now as well,
Yeah.
and leading up to it, and
Yeah. It's great for the sport to see Ferrari. Fuck, it's such a good looking car. Like,
Yeah, the matte red.
yeah,
they just go nuts when it wins.
Man, there's
so-
some great liveries. I mean, I'm sure you guys got bored last week from the livery talk, but the Golf Williams
Yeah.
didn't get much on screen unless Sargent was in the wall again.
That's right.
I like the actual. Here's a bit of a fun fact, and not a lot of people know this, but McLaren, you know how they changed their livery? There was inside slightly darker. They actually had to strip paint off the cars because they had the upgrades and they failed the weight limit.
No
Oh.
shit.
So they had
there you go.
they actually took the orange paint off so they could get into the weight limit. So
there you go.
so minute, isn't
that's
it?
Formula One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This
nuts.
is Formula One.
There's some cool helmets getting around on the
They
weekend.
love
Yeah.
a specialty for Singapore for whatever reason.
Must be. I reckon for the night looks good at night.
Yeah, 100%.
Under the
Yeah,
lights.
I think it was Lando had a spark, or was Piastri one of them had like a real
Lando.
sparkly helmet.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
I'd love to go one year, but apparently it is the worst Grand Prix to go to.
Oh, really?
You just cannot see any
Unless
action.
you're on a fucking
Even grandstands behind a massive catch fence, and all you see is vroom and go past.
Yeah,
So
that'd be annoying.
I wish F1 went to Malaysia again. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Sepang.
That would be
That's a
sick.
fucking OG
Great.
track.
That is an
Great
OG
track.
track. That is what. Yeah, it is an OG. There's probably like 10 OG tracks in the world, and that's one of them.
Fuck yeah. And obviously we all saw that TikTok video going around of Vegas coming up
Yeah,
and $80 million resurfacing it, and
Yeah.
what was it, $500 for a standard ticket? It's fucking, that's
Oh.
nuts, man.
single
So
day.
dumb.
Single day.
Is it just a single day?
Yeah.
Like, that's completely gone of a family event. Remember, like, where you could just go to F1?
Bro, it's turned into like a boxing event in Vegas.
Yeah, great call. Like,
Yeah.
like a UFC or something as well.
Yeah.
So, obviously, ticket prices... Do you think it's wrong that ticket prices are different depending on location?
I mean,
Should it be a flat rate?
I mean, as a fan, but then you wouldn't get races like Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Because they would have invested that much millions of dollars into racing there because they think, oh, I can make this much money on ticket prices. So
I guess
if you made it a standard ticket price everywhere, you'd lose some of those street events because it's cost so much money to have the racing there.
Yeah, but you'd get more people in.
Yeah, but you look at Australia,
I think
it's
it was
sold out everywhere.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what you fucking
sell
charge.
Vegas out
Mate,
anyway.
Bloody the
right.
Formula One next year in March is already sold out.
That's fuck. I can't believe that.
And the tickets went up. I cracked the shits. I mean, we're going. Some
Yeah.
Media
Yeah.
passes.
Yeah, what happened with your little media pass of MotoGP? I've heard something's going on.
Yeah.
I just got to submit another form. Maybe, hopefully, I
That
get
is
it,
the
but I don't
biggest-
think I will.
That's the biggest today, go. Anyway,
But yeah, you're right. It's a joke. Didn't they bump up the price by a couple $100? I
and
can't
bro,
believe it.
like you have to, like the common person, you got to go in and get it. Like they used to have tokens, and now they got something else, and then you got to bid for this. You might pay for something you might not actually guarantee to get it. Like that's fucked.
Yeah, it's gone as like the family event now. It's fucking too expensive.
You know what?
Yeah.
I reckon this is actually going to probably help MotoGP in Australia because people are like, fuck the Formula One, let's go to GP.
Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe.
No, not too many. I don't want too many people there either.
Yeah, I know. I like it how it is. I like my 20,000 people.
though. Yeah.
But it's just fucking. It is.
But the cost to have a MotoGP event at Phillip Island would be 1/50th.
Oh,
of
yeah.
fuck
setting
yeah.
Albert
Fuck,
Park up,
setting up.
closing the roads.
Yeah.
So you have to charge different. That's the thing.
Look, and I get that, but it's. I feel like Formula One's definitely now changing. As
Yeah.
in, it's it's not the common man sport.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the Americans are taking over. That's what happens.
Yeah, they commercialize it, and maybe oversaturating the street circuits.
Yeah.
You know,
But the thing is, guys, you got to just look back at this and go, how fucking exciting is it going to be?
it's gonna be
Like,
sick.
it's going to be amazing. Like, we worry about this. Like, we in the GP, we worry about this. What was this, a sprint race? Is it real MotoGP? It's fucking awesome. We get to see another race. What are we complaining about? You know, like, it always goes back to that.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
We love to complain.
It's tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, that's a very Aussie thing to do as well.
But yeah, I mean, I'd love to pay $200 for a 3D grandstand in Australia, but like, it just, yeah. And I think since COVID, everyone's like, fuck it, I want to go see live events because they were taken away from us for 2 years. Look at fucking Taylor Swift concert that's gone around the world. It's a $1.4 billion.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's
nuts.
the biggest thing in history, you know? Like,
Well, you can see Adele with the $5 million ticket.
yes, did you see that?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it up here. Curtis, our great
Editor.
mate and editor,
Yes.
sent me a breakdown, but I can't find it.
It was like, and there was a 888 package, was 888 grand.
Yeah.
But it's fucking smart. Chinese will buy that.
Yeah. It's all for China.
Yeah, I know.
Here we go. I'll try and drop this to the computer.
Come on, Jamie Vernon.
See if I can get it up.
Yeah, and you know, also, yeah, the other sick thing that the race is on Saturday night, so it's going to be Sunday morning our time, which actually works out for us and really mint because it's going to be like it'll be like 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
on
it's like when
Sunday.
they do the UFC.
Yeah,
Here we go. These are the
Redoing the
ticket
road
prices.
on the strip in Las Vegas because the Formula One is going to be racing there in November. So it's costing them about $80 million to do the roads to get everything up to standard for the race. Have a listen to some of these ticket prices because they should well and truly make their money back. So the standard GA price for a ticket just to get in the place
General admission, right?
is $500. That's just your ticket and you fend for yourself from here
yeah,
on
and
out.
like fight over the shade of a tree or something. Yeah,
absolutely. Then we got the Venetian Tower package, which is kind of your base exclusive pack. 3 nights of the Venetian.
Nice.
You get 2 grandstand tickets, food, non-alcoholic beverages included.
Oh, you son of a...
I know, and that's coming in at $8,800.
I wonder if that comes with like a view of the
Expensive. Then
track.
we got the Augustus
Probably
Premium Package room, which
probably
gets
wouldn't.
your king bed, access to the F1 paddocks, and you can add on Wi-Fi, but it costs extra.
That's so
That
crazy.
comes in.
Stop it, you don't get Wi-Fi.
Don't get Wi-Fi. That comes in at $115,000. You got the Lucky 888 package, which is you get a few suites here: Palace Suite,
That's so
Entourage
smart,
Suite,
the
and
Lucky
4
888
standard
package.
rooms. You get 10 grandstand tickets, but only 8 driver meet and greets. So you got to cut 2 of your mates out.
Oh,
for
two
the
have gotta
driver
drop.
and that comes in at $888,000. That will cost you.
Jeez.
Win Las Vegas
Yeah.
package, which is
People
6
going to these,
VIP
they don't give a
tickets.
fuck
You get
how
access
much
to
things
all of
cost.
the
It's a wank fest to say that you're there.
You can go to the spa.
It's like those
It's-
UFC
so
events
doors
and
are
those
open,
things.
Doors are
yeah,
open.
right
Have you
And
seen all the
airport
private
transfers,
planes
that's coming in at
Yeah.
It costs them more to rent that
$1
private plane than
million
it
head.
costs a
And the
ticket.
final one,
Right.
So
the
It's like when you go to
which is
Albert
a
Park. It's a
Nobu
wank fest to
Sky
say that
Villa,
you're there.
which has got a
Yeah,
That's
terrace
all it
that
is.
can fit up to
It's just
75
on another
people.
level.
12
by
tickets to the
a
paddock,
billion.
so you got to
Yeah.
cut a few people out of the 75 to get them down to the paddock. You get a Rolls Royce driver for the weekend and VIP tickets to go and see Adele coming in at $5 million.
Get Adele folded into it as well.
You know what though? If I had the money, I just still don't think I can see the value in that. I don't know.
No way, man. As if you'd fucking pay that much.
Well, it depends how much money you have.
Nah, that's just fucking... You'd have to be really dumb with your money.
Like if you're a Billy,
Man,
maybe.
Nah.
yeah, 100%. Fuck earth, you do it.
No.
It's 75 of your mates as well.
I'm tight ass wog. Buy properties.
Bloody all the American rappers will be doing that.
Save your money, buy a house.
And the NFL players.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a social media fest.
Yeah.
Man,
know-
think about the money. Like, there's so much money around. Like, all the Chinese. You got fucking all the Sheikh Mohammeds from...
Yeah.
You know, like, there's so much...
From Craigie Burn.
There's 8 billion people in the world. 7 billion people would know what fucking Las Vegas is.
Yeah.
You know? Everyone wants to be there. It's the first race.
It'll be like guys like Mayweather, Shaq,
yeah.
all those boys.
Yeah.
You know, all the UFC stars, Mike Tyson, all the boxers.
Bro, even Miami was a fucking cockfest.
Yeah.
With
That's
all
right.
those guys, you know?
But, I don't know, it's a bit ridiculous, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucking nuts. But it's just where the sport is, I guess. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Very
I mean-
different to GP.
Oh, bro, imagine those cunts fucking in Phillip Islands.
Carl Cox.
Sitting in
Carl
fucking...
Cox
Yeah, he
is
loves
there.
it, mate. He loves it. Sitting in
Moto3
Siberia
team.
for 3 days.
Moto 3 team, Carl Cox.
Yeah, he fucking loves it. DJ.
He's sick. I love him.
Yeah, he's a sick dog.
We'll see him on the grid this year, actually.
Seriously, Bart. Speaking of GP, what's going on, boys? Rumours.
Man, I want to know... I want to know from you boys what you think what's going to happen next year. I've been dying for the last 2 weeks to ask you this.
Well,
Right.
I mean, Morbidelli's obviously signed to Pramac, which, shock, yes, but not really.
Yeah, that's all right.
What I didn't realise, though, is they actually signed him when he was 11 years old.
Oh, I saw that photo today. Yeah.
So he's come full circle and hopefully he pays him back and wins a few races and does well.
Yeah.
But I think you touched on it when we were downstairs, Tom. I think the benchmark for him is Alex Marquez.
Yeah, I think so. He's got to be at Alex Marquez
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
To
For sure.
To get any respect from us.
Yeah. I think that's a great point. And we were speaking about it today at work. Like, you know, it's not out of the realms of possibility for him to finish in the top 6 most rounds.
He needs to be, yeah.
He needs to be 2020 Morbidelli.
Yeah, he needs to be
Yeah.
top 6. If he comes out and gets podium, top 6 and a podium in the first few rounds, you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, this guy's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
he shuts up all the critics up.
Yeah.
That's right.
But that's a great point. You have to beat Alex Marquez.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's on a full factory bike. You can't hide now. You
So,
can't blame the
so
bike.
Bez is definitely not getting a factory bike next year.
No, VR46 aren't. Pramac are. Pramac both bikes.
So it's going to be 4... Okay.
4 factory bikes.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, I hope he finds some form. I was saying to you today, in my opinion, he's one of the quickest guys over one lap. So if he can find that quali pace like he had back in the day.
Martin's going to destroy him.
Oh,
next year.
100%. He's not even close to Martin.
No.
But if he
What
can...
a young kid on that bike. Fucking hell. I can't believe it. I really...
2-year contract?
I think it might be 1.
God. 2 years? He fucking was 2 years too like Yamaha. 2 years? Fuck me, if he signed for 2 years.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
ridiculous.
it's 1.
They're going to be regretting that.
I think it's 1.
Oh, thank fucking goodness.
But
Yeah, because if he's just, say, 10th crash, you know, outside the points, maybe a 10th and 8th.
Yeah,
in
get
the
rid of
first
him.
6 rounds, he's already fucking gone.
Yeah.
Bro, he's 100%. He's going to be on it from round 1. I don't give... Don't tell me... Don't be like Bastianini this year. Oh, he's got this, he's got that.
Yeah.
He's got to be on it.
He's
No,
gonna be
if he's
fucking-
coming in fully fit, then he's got to be on it from the start.
Oh, all eyes are on him, actually, is Franco Morbidelli.
Yeah.
Because you can't fucking hide.
No.
On that bike, man,
Man,
seriously.
if he goes out and beats Martin next year, he'll be on the factory fucking bike in 2025.
It won't happen.
Nah.
Martin's my shout for the fucking title next year.
Yeah, that's a
But
great call.
if Bastianini continues this weird run of form,
He's been fucking unlucky, but he needs to get better. Yes, he's had a fucking horrible run. Next year's his year.
There's unlucky, but there's also that you're getting unlucky because you're qualifying mid-pack. This is the thing. You have to qualify good. You can't be in fucking 8th and 9th.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even say it's unlucky, to be honest. I think a lot of it's just stupidity.
Well, we saw that in
Just
Catalonia.
stupid moves.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. He's actually in the same boat as Morbidelli next year. He's got those first few rounds to get shit right. Otherwise, Ducati are ruthless and they're gonna fucking get rid of him.
Yeah. And Martin's in the box seat. He's got no pressure on him.
That's right.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Even this year, there's no pressure on him.
No.
You know, as soon as you chuck on that red suit, then there's a fucking lot of pressure on
Martin
him.
to beat Bagnaia next year, I reckon. Bags has won it this year, I think. I think he's got it.
You know
That's
what?
still
man?
open, man.
It's still it's 36 points. That's a race weekend. Yes, he looks to be the most all-round rider out of all of them, but I don't know.
Do you remember Martin-
It's just a fucking. There's still something there.
Do you remember Martin in Moto 3? Didn't he get like every pole position that year?
Yeah,
and didn't win the championship.
He won the title in 2018.
He did. He won the title of the year.
But I think it was a year after. Yeah.
Because I remember saying like that kid's got so much talent, but again, we touched on this 2 weeks ago. It's the hustle and bustle of Moto 3. Some people just can't have it. It shows on the weekend. Like obviously, you guys already spoke about this last week, but he gets out in front. He's gonna win.
Yeah.
You know,
He
he just needs clear air in front of him, and he's a gun.
He's just not as tactical and cool, calm under pressure like Pecco. Pecco's still he's got those few extra years on him.
Yeah, that's true. Look, I think, and we touched on it after the race he had last week, there's just so much more newfound respect, I guess.
Oh, for
Bagnaia.
Bags.
And
Yeah.
I think after that he's, you know, that's a ride of a champion in my eyes.
100%.
It's hard to look past him.
He should win the title this year, but anything can still happen. But the big thing now is the flyways, where they always throw up some drama.
Wacky ones.
You know, new track, new
Yeah.
circuit with India coming in.
Yeah.
So what's been said this weekend? The safety concerns.
Some of the boys don't even have their visas
Yeah,
yet.
what's going on there?
Well, I know Marquez doesn't.
Yeah. I think Quadraro's got something going on.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe they just don't want to fly over there.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. It's maybe they just don't want to go. Maybe they don't want fucking, you know, a stomach bug or something like that, put them in jeopardy. You've seen some of the memes, it's been so funny, man.
Oh. They've been unreal.
So next year, so there's 2 spare seats still. So you got a spare seat at Gas,
Yep.
because Polo
Correct.
Spargo
Yeah,
signed,
correct.
It's Augusto, isn't it?
and Grassini's got a spare seat.
Yeah. I think Augusto's signed at Gas. I don't know if
Oh,
Espargaro's got a contract,
Yeah.
but I think that can very easily be ripped up.
you know what? They need to fuck off Raul Fernandez.
Yeah.
On the
He's
gotta
on a great.
on the
He's on
Aprilia.
he's on a gem of a bike
Yeah.
on that RNF Aprilia.
He should never be there in the first place.
Spanish.
I know.
Kept him in there. But
And that would fix everyone's dilemma as well. That would move everyone around.
Yeah.
You could put a
no,
Costa.
I think Polo Spargo's the same situation. I think he's had his time.
yeah, you know who else? And you boys are probably not going to like this, but Miller.
Yeah.
He's struggling, like big time. It was so promising at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And he's just fallen away.
I don't know what it is, man. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of it where he's just had the birth of his first kid. And I reckon that plays with your mind massively. And then it's happened now, and then he's got to go away for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, look, it definitely can't be easy. But even prior to that,
Yeah,
like well prior to that, he's really not been anywhere.
Compared to Brad Binder.
I think it really
which is
showed
closer.
to me back in Le Mans when he just fell through the pack again. Like he had the bike that weekend, and he
Yeah.
loves that track. And when he just that was for me was like fuck again the big cock tee. So according to MotoGP's website, Paulo Espargaro has signed,
Okay.
but Augusto Fernandez still hasn't.
Oh, apologies. I thought he did.
So there's only 2 seats remaining. Raul Fernandez has signed as well.
Yeah, that's what
So
a waste.
Acosta's
man.
100% coming in because
Well,
he's got no ride in Moto2 next
Well, he's got
year.
it, yeah, because Vietti and Onshu are now confirmed at KTM.
So you'd say Acosta's going to go into the gas, and then who's going to race at Grassini? Or is there still some fucking silly season magic going to pop
Oh
up?
yeah, you still got the Grassini seat, don't you? That's where if you were Augusto Fernandez, you go, fuck, I'll take that Ducati.
It probably is.
Yeah, let's put
Is Tony Arbolino going to go to Grassini?
No,
Nah,
he
he
signed
signed.
on Mark VDS. There was talks that Salach was going to come up, but I don't think so. But then again, they've only got one spot left now in Moto 2 because Albert Arenas has just signed for Grassini in Moto 2.
So what's going on with Marquez then? So we've seen some weird Facebook posts, Twitter posts
Yeah.
with Repsol, Grassini. They've like commenting on each other's things. Like what's going on there?
I think he's safe. I think Mir put something up saying that he was
Yeah.
staying.
Yeah, I think he's staying.
I think he's staying.
I think it was putting the heat on the
HRC.
HRC because he wants European fucking mentality in there, and they want to poach European workers to get them in there to
So-
fucking develop aero and do all that.
Yeah.
I still think I've got to deserve a pat on the back for the Grassini call earlier in the year.
Fuck, it almost came through, man. It still could. Like,
Yeah, you
you
never
never
know.
know what's going to happen. It's
I've
crazy.
actually clipped the reaction of Daniel when I first said it.
Because didn't we say we'll
He
go?
went,
To,
That's
Didn't we
ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
didn't
He
we
said-
shake on something? I said I was going to take you out for dinner or some bullshit. If
You said it was
if it comes through.
6 slabs of beer and free dinner.
If I shook on it and that's what I said, then go for it. I'll fix you up,
No
don't worry.
Pirelli red though.
Oh, fucking
No
on,
Pirelli
man.
red.
Sorry. Looks like you're gonna have,
That's a dirty water. That stuff.
looks like you're gonna have 6 slabs sitting around for a long time.
So Nakagami signed.
Yeah.
Just before we started, he did.
Yeah.
Because
Money talks. Money talks.
Agura signed at MSI. He's actually jumping teams. He's not on the Itamitsu Moto 2 bike.
This is interesting.
Yeah. So
Oh, another year of Taka Nakagami, finishing 12th, finishing 16th.
yeah,
He had that one good race, didn't he?
Yeah, he crashed second.
He crashed
crashed
on the
second
first
corner.
when he put it on, was he put it
put it
on
on
pole
pole,
in
yeah.
Aragon?
And then Marquez was just a bully. Marquez bullied him.
Didn't Alex Marquez bully him? Wasn't it Alex Marquez? Was that Mark Marquez?
No, I think Mark Marquez.
I think
bullied him.
the year later, Mark actually hit him and he crashed as well on the same track. At
I think I
that
saw
was
some tears
with
out of
Quartararo
him.
and that
yeah, that was at that Spanish track.
Aragon as
Aragon.
well.
Aragon,
Yeah. Miss that track.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Jack and Marquez and Red Bull and all that, Jack has come out and said, contracts can be ripped up.
Yeah, that's all right.
And he's worried that he will lose his seat in 2025. So for him to come out and say shit like that in 2 separate instances, I know that.
Something could happen. Like
What's going to happen? I think KTM is still trying to get this third team, and when they get fully declined this or they get
I don't
accepted
know, I
it,
think it's gone now.
Yeah, I think it's too far gone.
I reckon so many things could play out. Miller, I still can see Miller getting sacked and Acosta going into that team, and then Miller going into like
gas. But they're putting him on the
or
gas.
back onto Grassini with the Ducati tires.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
honestly thought he was half a chance back at Pramac.
Yeah, I can see that situation happening.
Miller on a Grassini next year. I think he would be happy with that, wouldn't he?
Nah, I think he wants to be on that factory bike, man.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, that's all right. But he just hasn't. He hasn't done it this year, and crashed when he shouldn't have crashed.
It
Yeah.
sucks, man.
Yeah, it's a fucking spew. You don't want to lose him because I love having Aussie on the grid.
At the end of the day, there was going to be 2 new riders on the grid next year, it sounds like. Because 2 seats still have to be filled.
Well,
Well,
one's,
you're gonna have
one's
Acosta.
definitely Pedro.
Yeah, definitely Acosta. So there's going to be someone coming from somewhere. There has to be.
Yeah, I just can't see who. Lecawona might come back. If Acosta goes to Gas, Mia will go to Grassini, and Lecuona will go to Repsol.
What happens though if Acosta goes to Red Bull and then Miller goes to Grassini? That fills up all the spots.
No,
doesn't
it fills
it?
up-
because you still got a spot of gas to fill.
Augusto Fernandez
Augusto
stays.
Fernandez stays because they want to keep him as it is.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. So Miller's not, that's the most likely scenario then.
I actually, that's my bet.
Yep.
I reckon. I think that's my bet. That's
Miller
what happened. Miller to
go.
Grassini.
Yep.
And Acosta to Red Bull because I reckon they're desperate to put him on the factory bike.
Of course, man.
Yeah. I reckon that's their play now.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if I was Gas, I think I'd probably rather fucking Raul Fernandez.
Augusto
Fernandez.
Than Miller at this stage.
100%. He's been
Yeah.
putting in heaps better
Yeah.
performances. He's actually been racing really, really well. Yeah, I mean, it's still time. Anything's going to happen.
He needs to have a good flyways, Jack Miller. I reckon to have even a chance of keeping his seat.
Yeah.
Well,
be tough
it's
for him.
the bubble's gonna burst soon. It has to. It's a guarantee to be a big story somewhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what's
Yeah,
happening. It's
yeah.
guaranteed to be a big story.
Yeah. And I think the Marquez one's fizzled out.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he's staying.
Wait and see.
To your disappointment. You almost got there, Tommy.
Grassini to run Hondas next year. Now they've sided with Ducati, haven't they?
Yeah.
Nah, you're fucking nowhere, mate. That's just throwing
Whoa,
shit
whoa,
at
whoa!
the-
You
that's-
said that to me. You said that to me 6 months ago, boys. All right. Don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare.
You're throwing shit at wall there.
But yeah, that's all I've got. And then obviously Bridle replacing Rins in India and Japan.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be hard for Rins to get back for any of these bloody last races.
Yeah,
By the-
especially
by the sounds of
flyways.
it. I know he was back on like his CBR Thiao, I think last week or the week
Okay.
before in, I think it might have been Aragon.
Yeah.
So, that was good for him to be back out on the bike, but he was getting up on crutches and wasn't doing long stints. So, yeah, it'll be good to see him back out in the fold soon.
Big dog wins.
But yeah, I think that's literally like I don't have much else
Yeah, that's really it with
for
GP.
GP.
Who knows what's going to happen, man?
There's a bit. I know Tom, you're not going to enjoy this, but it's a good welcome back for you, mate. For Superbikes.
Oh yeah, talk to me.
There's so obviously with Johnny Ray going to Yamaha, Axel Bassani's been linked to Kawasaki. Ronaldo might go to HRC. It just depends on Lecuona and Vierge. And
Xavi.
Ah,
My boy.
And Petrucci's signed back on at Barney Racing, so he'll be in Supers again
Barney
next
Racing.
year.
God.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bloody ASPK team.
Not far off. Same, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so there's a couple things to play out there as well.
It was really interesting listening to you guys with Brian on the pod.
Yeah. Did you take anything away from it?
There's so much respect there, like for these guys. It is crazy what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like we laugh about the superbike riders, but as we said, it used to be an amazing competition, and it still is to a certain extent. But
Yeah.
it just hasn't captured the fans like it used to. So,
And I thought it was interesting what he said was you can see, and I think what doesn't help it is you can see the level of the top 3 teams. So
Yeah.
yes,
and then it's almost like the best of the rest.
Yeah.
And
It's
you
like
can see it's so much different.
It's almost going like back to MotoGP CRT days.
That's what I was. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
And that's probably why the level of racing isn't there, because only 3 teams can win on. With MotoGP, any team can win.
Seriously,
Any team can win. Like they can pop up. That's what's so good about GP. They can pop up on. You can pop up on a Saturday, put it on pole. Anyone can do it.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, it's an open slate really.
Especially if Honda and Yamaha get their shit together, then it's really on.
Yeah. Then it really changes things up.
They have to.
It'll happen. Honda is throwing the fucking kitchen sink at it at the moment.
Honda's heaps closer than Yamaha.
Yeah, they are. They're bringing out all new fucking bikes and everything.
Yeah.
Looks good, the new bike,
Yeah,
actually. Looks really, really nice.
But there was
Still a
some... The Yamaha brought out a new bike as well, haven't they? To be in testing.
New parts, kind of, really.
I don't think it helped much.
Yeah, I don't think it did anything.
Yeah.
I think Massimo Marigali, whatever his name is, said...
Great guess.
Yeah, Massimo, as Simon Crafer says.
Sorry, before you go on, how good was Brian's comments about Simon Crafer?
Yeah.
Because we used to hate him.
Yeah.
Jim, come on. I wish you said that on the pod, by the way. He was being all fucking goody-goody. James and me used to talk, oh, this guy's the worst.
Fuck,
He
what does
doesn't
he
know. Doesn't know anything.
But everyone used to say all the comments were about that. But
we couldn't believe when he signed.
the difference is he was in the commentary box.
Yes.
That's not. I don't think it's his forte.
No.
Now he does like just technical
He's
special
still in the
comments.
commentary box for practice, though.
No, he's in the pit lane, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always in pit lane.
He's
I
in
think.
pit lane.
He's always technical specifics.
No, some practices he's in the commentary box. I'll challenge you to that.
Oh, either
You
or.
know I'm an expert on commentators.
Yeah, you are. Either or. He's much better because he does all the technical stuff now
is.
and does all the special
And we
comments.
love
great.
listening to him. He's awesome.
Yeah. Where when he first came in, he kind of just dragged on
But he
about
wasn't.
shit.
But also when they remember they used to throw to him, Simon, you're on,
Oh,
and he's just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
sorry guys,
yeah,
oh yeah.
He'll do like a Sleepy Joe or something like
Yeah,
that.
there's some crazy shit was going on the track, and he was
Yeah.
talking about fucking carbon brake pads and shit.
This is something we do.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about now.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about Simon Crafer.
Brian's insights on Simon.
No, I said that, but James was talking about something else.
It was Brian. Fuck, it's gone now. Don't worry about it. You fucked me. It's alright. Simon Crafer's good, but
Yeah. Definitely, yeah, that's the top three teams, the dominant teams. The other interesting fact I took out of Brian's podcast talking about Superbikes, he goes, if those teams went into GP, those top three teams, they would be competitive with the GP bike. As in, they're such a level up.
yeah.
So they're just a good team.
Yeah.
So,
And they got factory backing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Barney
I'm
Racing.
so excited to see Bautista on the MotoGP bike, though.
Well, added pressure
Yeah,
now
Pedrosa.
after Pedrosa's performance.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. If he puts it top four like Pedrosa did, like, boom, man, fuck, that's awesome. He should just be on. He should just be fucking on it, and imagine if he just has an amazing weekend. That'd be so cool.
Look, there's every chance. I think I touched on it ages ago. He's definitely come a long way since his MotoGP days and his first days in Supers.
Yeah.
He's matured a shitload.
I don't think he's going to do as well. I think Pedrosa's a fucking alien. Everyone
he
forgets
is,
it.
of course.
Pedrosa is so much better than Bautista.
Yeah, it's not even a question. It's not even a question.
Yeah. I just think it shows how good Danny Pedrosa is.
Yeah.
Really.
Fuck, Jack Seat's almost fucking threatened by Danny Pedrosa, really.
Mate.
How old's Pedrosa? He's 36.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Not that old,
35,
is he?
36. Huh?
Jeez.
He's not that old.
Nah. But he said it was so physical.
Yeah.
The older you get, so much more physical. Yeah, it's really
Just so good to see him back out there, but he's a legend.
fucking oath. He's a man.
Changing up things for a sec. Some interesting comments coming out of V8 Supercars.
Oh, clip this.
So Greg Murphy's come out and said that pretty much since Van Gisbergen's had his success in NASCAR, he's just forgotten about V8 Supercars, and there's a big lack of enthusiasm there.
Okay.
Harsh comments.
No. I think the lack of enthusiasm fucking gone out the window a long time ago. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
You're already searching for other avenues.
yeah, and it's not harsh. I don't blame Gizzy at all for going, because all he's wanting to do is just chase more success and challenge himself. But obviously, V8 Supercars isn't that. That's not the series right now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's promoting himself or racing up enough where NASCAR is.
100%. I had a look today, and I was googling his name. He's 30. He's turning 35.
Gizzy.
So, yeah. So he's not to say he's twilight, because obviously these motor races can go a little bit further in life.
Yeah.
But he needs to take these opportunities where he
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, while they're still available, grab
Yeah.
them and go.
I think you know what? I think it's the old heads maybe in V8s where they've seen the golden era and they still want it to stay like that. And, you know, rightly so. They still want it to build and be better. But V8s is dying. There's no question about it. It's fucking dying. And we all know it. They just don't want to admit it.
They've got to do something. Speaking of Greg Murphy, 20 years since the Lap of the Gods this year.
Yeah, that's cool. But that's it's one of the guys I work with went to Sandown on the weekend, and he went on the Friday and he said it was like hardly anyone there. You know, I guess
So
I
bad.
get it's Friday practice, but he said the setup was made for a lot of people, but it was quite.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I haven't seen anything of it on Facebook or anything.
I saw a little bit, but again, it's not how it used to be. It used to be the Sandown 500. Now I think it's 250k races. I'm pretty certain. So it's and I was talking about today. Sandown used to be the kickoff of all the endurance races. It would lead into Bathurst. It was always a great lead up into Bathurst. You'd see how they perform, and you would have Bathurst, which is amazing, and then you'd go into Surfers Paradise, and they used to fly in all those. Remember, they have the ex-F1 drivers and international drivers. Like, it was a real event, but it's not talked about. These Gen 3 cars obviously aren't working. Where do we go from here? Like, we've obviously harped on about it so much, but we've got so much good reaction. Not good reaction, but reaction where people are like, oh, finally someone said something.
Yeah, they appreciate the honesty. That's the big thing.
And I think V8 supercars are burying their heads in the sand, and they're not actually addressing the real issue. Because is that as a business, do they even make, like, are they turning an amazing profit to keep on going? Because I don't reckon they would be.
That's a good point.
And fucking money talks.
Well, the other
clearly.
thing is, it's also TV rights and how much they pay, and obviously Fox Sports pay a bit for it.
I would love to know the viewership of what people watch in qualifying or practices or something like that, because I reckon it's
Bro, it'd be
fucking
150 or 200 times for Bathurst weekend. That's it.
that would be
that's-
Which it probably used to be only 50 times.
yeah. So I don't know. It's in a real strange state, and if it keeps going like this, I can see them losing the series.
Wow,
Not a bad shout.
strong words.
Yeah, it is, but
With such history, man, like all Australian history, it is.
But that's the thing. And Aussies love talking about us Aussies. They love seeing an Aussie racer on an Aussie car.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of what the V8s was.
Yeah.
What was the mantra? You win on Sunday, you buy on Monday.
And that was what happened you looked at the 90s when the Nissan started to win. No one took to that because no one gave a fuck about a Nissan.
Yeah.
Because it was a Japanese car.
Yeah.
And then now you go, well, I can't go and buy a Commodore I can go buy a Camaro or a Mustang, but they're not Australian cars.
And they're not a family car. They're not
think
affordable.
I think that's where it stems from.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the grassroots of the problem.
The V8s said Gen 3 that's their savior to the sport. That's what they came out with. This is what's going to fix it.
Yeah.
But
It's taking it the other way.
I'm pretty sure they're all pretty much the same chassis, aren't they? It's just a different shell. Is that right?
No, they've got different engines. And this is the argument this year with the two different engines because one's a 5.5 litre and one's a 5 litre and there's different performance. And it seems that one's obviously dominating another one. So yeah, I think the chassis and stuff are very similar. It's just the engines are quite different.
Yeah.
And aerodynamics and stuff. But
And they're going away from aero, aren't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot less aero. The whole motorsport industry is going away from aerodynamics.
Except for MotoGP.
Except for GP.
Well, GP is always 10 years behind.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Very true.
But I don't know what's going to happen. I would actually love to speak to someone in the know and just be like,
Yeah, get a good insight.
yeah,
Well, if anyone from Familiar Supercars is listening,
yeah.
would love to talk to you.
Man, I'd find that really fascinating.
Yeah.
About what's happening with that sport because I care about it. I really enjoy it, and I wish it was.
Us growing up,
Man.
watching it on Sundays was like the massive thing.
People would have Barbies and stuff to
Yeah.
watch it, especially Bathurst. Like that's
Yeah.
realistically that's the only one we watch, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably watch Surfers Paradise just because it looks cool.
But that's normally on, and they're so dumb with this. They put it on same weekend as MotoGP,
Yeah.
so we don't watch it anyway.
Yeah.
That's like how many of your viewers?
True.
So
point.
you can't go up against GP. It's like MotoGP going up against Formula One. Like it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's two different things.
Yeah.
Can't even compare.
Tom, let's get your blood boiling or what?
We couldn't get a word in.
Yeah, I know.
Standard, but to get me going.
Still all the thunder.
I
Some fucking thralls, mate.
Well, I think that's in the world of motorsport. What's going on with... I saw some stuff during the week with Jet Lawrence letting someone through. Like, what happened there?
Ken Roxon.
Kickstart Kenny.
Kickstart fucking
Was
Kenny,
not
mate.
happy.
No, I'm not happy because we're both, RM riders. We're both on kickstarts.
Can you just enlighten the viewers of what happened? And enlighten myself?
So, Jet Lawrence... Actually, I reckon Daniel knows more about this than me, to be honest. Let Ken Roxon through for the win because I think Jet Lawrence was going to get the overall anyway.
In what event, though?
In the Supercross. It's this new, I think, I actually don't know heaps about it. It's like a new 3-round series, I believe.
Okay.
And it's not... Supercross is in a weird state at the moment. There's World Supercross, you've got this other Supercross thing, and then you've got the standard Monster Energy Supercross. And they're all different to each other.
Right.
But this one that they're in, there's big money to be won.
Okay.
So this is where they make a fuck ton of money.
Okay.
Anyway,
See if we can get
here's the video.
No, that's passing Ken Roxon.
He let Ken Roxon through because he thought it was going to help his teammate Chase Sexton
Okay.
with points, but it didn't. I don't know why he thought that. And Ken Roxon came out and fucking cracked it. What did he say, Daniel? Do you remember?
Oh, I seen something before. He commented.
It's not a win and if you let someone buy or someone.
Yeah, he cracked it about something. So, I heard a few things like Jet Lawrence let him through because he just had a kid, and it was for the money, like I don't know, something like that.
It's weird letting someone through, to be honest.
So
Here we
weird.
go.
That fucking doesn't happen.
Um,
It's kind of like...
Now, it won't affect the overall for today, but it would just be a huge victory for Roxon to show I can beat you guys next week too. I can steal this title. And he waved it by.
so strange, man.
But apparently around here, Jet puts his hand up to his mechanics and points to his bike or something.
Watch this, man. Go 22-0.
Fucking conspiracy, Daniel.
Race wins.
Apparently.
Unless there's a problem, I would think Jason Thomas. What do you think?
Nah, he let him buy it.
Yeah, he let him buy.
He went like this.
Yeah, he waves him on.
Gotta be something going on there. I think he understands the point, he understands the situation, but there's clearly a problem with the 18 right now.
It BC Rock just had a kid.
So does that take money out of Jet's pocket if he let him? Like, just say it's like
Probably.
extra $100,000. I'm taking that 100 G's. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, ruthless, man. Fuck that. I wouldn't let someone pass.
It's really interesting to hear Brian last week talk about a lot about money. Like, I think we lose that sometimes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
think everyone wants success, but
They want
man,
the fucking pay, man.
They want the payment. Like, and that's
That's
other
the whole
thing.
point why they're doing it, really.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, I think we lose sight of that sometimes. We're like, oh yeah, well, why has he done this? Why has he moved to Super Sport when he could have gone to Moto 2? Because
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
right.
the contract, you know. Like, they're going to fucking put food on the table for their family.
That's true. It's
So
very, very
I
true.
think we lose that sometimes.
It's a good point.
Yeah. And the other thing is, why I said that was Jet Lawrence being on the top 10 Forbes under 30 list or something. They took
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
when
crazy.
Brian talks,
Because,
yeah.
like, that's probably when people will take notice. And I
Yeah.
thought that was a really good point.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
But,
Um,
yeah, strange to let him pass, and obviously Kenny was fucking fuming. Apparently.
yeah, well, it's kind of embarrassing. It's like a young kid, and he's the older statesman out of all that. Like, you know,
Just give him a clip on the ears as he passes.
it probably just came out of a good heart or something, but obviously he probably didn't.
It's just a brain
Brain fade.
Brain fade.
Brain fade. Yeah, it is. It's just a brain fade.
Yeah.
He won't do that again.
No,
No, that's backfired on him massively.
Yeah, he won't do that again.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just weird. I don't think I'd ever let someone through. Like, a win's a win.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Hayden Deegan would do that. Not
Nah.
a fucking chance. He'd bury his opponents.
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah. I mean, the only person who should have ever let someone through was Max Verstappen letting Perez have a win. That's what should have happened after what happened in 2021.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's ruthless, but those champions,
They're
man.
the champions. I don't give a... Well, the thing is, Jet Lawrence should be ruthless. He's a fucking champion.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. He went fucking 20-0, 22-0, whatever it was.
Still mad.
Yeah. Still talking about motocross. Motocross Destinations is coming up, start of October.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So we need to have a fucking watch party for that because we need to
Fuck
watch
yeah.
that
Man, how good's Sunday going to be? We've got
Yeah.
MotoGP, F1.
so much.
So excited.
So teams have come out. So Jet Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, and Dean Ferris
Yeah, nice.
for October for Ernie France. So, and then USA, who are the reigning champs. I don't know what's going on there, but they struggled to pick their team. It's like fucking, I think it was like Christian Craig and Aaron Plessinger and someone else. It wasn't a strong team compared to the Euros and shit.
So when they pick teams for that, and excuse my ignorance, they're obviously not picking guys that are all riding Honda or KTM.
Nah, that's right.
So how does that work? How do they...
They still use their team. I think they have like an Australian team, and then they'll be backed by HRC for those two HRC riders.
So what's Jet gonna? What are they gonna race on? Are they gonna?
So that'll be Honda.
They're CRF 450s.
Right.
They're Hondas.
Yeah.
And Dean Ferris, I think, is on a Yami.
So Dean Ferris will ride his Yamaha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I would have assumed it would have just been like one team, one bike.
No.
Similar to like FIM Endurance and shit like that.
No. So it's all.
Still your own bike.
Yeah.
Or your own manufacturer that you sponsored by.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could have 3 different bikes on that team.
That's pretty fucking cool though.
Yeah, that is cool.
Well, it's so important to get used to your own bike, though. I mean, being used to your own bike.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what's different is the Americans in the AMA run, and I could be bushing this as well, but the MXGP are almost like prototype dirt bikes. They're called, they're like works dirt bikes. You can do so much to them, where the Americans can't. It's like, you can fuck around with the suspension and the motor and stuff, but it's not, where you can fuck with, I think, the chassis or whatever.
Yeah,
there's a lot more
so it's
work.
very minimal.
Yeah. I don't know how that plays out, to be honest, in designations, if there's a rule or something like that. I have no idea. But it's just interesting to see. But this is Australia's one of their best shots. We're third. We got third last year in the designations.
Not bad.
So...
And was Hunter and Jet in it last year?
I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so.
And where is it?
Ernie, France. I could be wrong with that. I can't remember.
That's good, man. If we go there and win,
that's a fucking mince track
in their
as well.
home, it's like home track. Like it's a big. That's a fucking massive.
The crowds there are huge.
Ernie,
they love it over there, man.
Yeah. It's a very cool track.
Is the French got a good team?
Yeah, French got a good team.
That's gonna be awesome to watch.
Yeah, it'll be really good. So
it'll be on fucking 10 play or something.
Yeah, it's on like Stan Sport or some bullshit, but we'll figure it out. So
mad.
It'll be cool to watch. Anyway, I probably butchered a lot of that, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's hard. You can't get fucking much motocross over here. It's fucking bullshit. Could blame the tools, you know what I mean?
Fuck me. Hey, credit to them. That's fucking hard gig riding motocross.
Hardest, man. Dan landed on his neck on the weekends.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking rear end slipped around. I tried to save it like an idiot. I should have just let it go.
He tried to push it up with his neck like Mark Marquez.
No, I actually tried to like fucking push up my elbow and shit. And I fucking ended up like doing a Booker T spin-a-rooney.
What'd you call me?
Fuck. It was funny when Dan got here today. He was telling me that he went and had a bit of a bike ride on Sunday.
Yeah.
And he was using it as a training session.
Shedding the kilos, you know?
Yeah.
Pre-practice one, I think he called it.
Yeah. No, practice. It's the 60-minute session.
It didn't account for getting into Q2.
Nah, missed out. Didn't make the 105% rule.
Yeah.
We need to get out some dirt bikes soon, boys.
Yeah. Next couple of weeks, because we do some photos for all our new stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, watch this space.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
there's
true.
some very cool shit coming along.
I got some new merch the boys been working on.
Fucking sick. Very cool. It's gone up another level for sure.
Yeah, very different to our first drop.
Yeah. And a few more different, without giving away, options, I guess you could say.
Yep.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to be cool.
Remember to check out motorsportrepublica.com for all your Motorsport Republica needs.
Air fresheners.
Air fresheners.
Yeah.
Keychains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's
boys.
all happening.
Are we up to tips?
Yeah, tips.
Let's do tips.
Suzuka. What's the previous race results?
No, you just got to go off your
gut feel?
Go your gut feeling.
Do you remember who got 1, 2, 3 last year?
No.
I'm gonna go Verstappen first, obviously. I'm gonna go Leclerc second, Hamilton third, Tsunoda to crash in his home Grand Prix, and Perez to crash.
Oh, interesting. I like it.
Yeah, that's me. And for Buddha,
Bud.
I thought it was Buddha.
It's just Bud. It's a silent H.
I can't look at Daniel. My first tip is there'll be 3 dogs running across the track.
Oh, goodness.
Jorge Martin have food poisoning. And Martin to win the sprint and Bagnaia to win the main.
1, 2, and 3 for the main.
Bagnaia,
Bezzecchi.
second.
Nah.
And
Nah.
fuck, who else is there? Fuck, it's gonna have to be Jorge Martin with Luca Marini 4th. I reckon he's back for a good
You always
race.
call him, but
I know he always lets me down, but
Overrated.
I think he's in for something good.
all right. I'm gonna go. I reckon McLaren's gonna have a good go at Suzuka.
Okay.
They've got a good high downforce package, so I'm gonna go Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri.
Fuck,
Yeah,
nice.
GP?
For the Bud with the silent H. Ah, goodness.
Can't cancel someone because I can't be cancelled.
No.
I'm not a celebrity as it is.
No, you can't cancel the cancelable. God, it's gonna be tough. New circuit. You'd think Ducati are gonna be strong there, but you know what? I reckon Aprilia. I reckon I'm gonna go for Oliveira to win.
You always
Stole
fucking.
mine.
You guys always put your fucking bets on Oliveira, don't you?
Because Oliveira,
He's like my Marini.
I think
Yeah.
it's a new circuit for everyone. And I know that his home circuit was Portimao, but he came to that circuit and won the first time. So I got a feeling about that.
Yeah.
I don't think the Ducatis are going to go as well for some reason. So I'm going to go.
That's a big call.
I'm going to go Aleix Espargaro to win. No, sorry. Oliveira to win. Brad Binder second. Aleix Espargaro third.
Yeah, nice. That's a good podium, that.
No, I don't see the KTM's doing well. Anyway, that's just me.
I don't know, man. It's tough. Well, for F1, I'm going to go Max. He'll just come out and dominate and show why. He's the best this year. I like Lando second, and I'm going to go Carlos to continue this golden run.
Great podium.
So I think that'll be the play. Blessing you. Get that on the mic. GP. I'm going to say Oliveira again. He just seems to adapt to the new tracks decently. Oliveira, Pecco, and Binder.
It's good to see you got Tom's full attention
Yeah, I know.
on his phone.
He's had enough.
I like it, Daniel. I like it.
Thanks, James.
It's just the ultimate disrespect.
See where the love is.
He listens to mine, critiques it, then he fucking says his, goes on for a rant about 5 minutes. As soon as you start talking, he farts. He farts twice. It goes on his phone.
I just was trying to figure out
disrespect.
that.
God, it's a nice dumb.
I was trying to find out what the silent H in the Bud International Circuit was.
I thought it was Buddha the whole time.
Oh,
what are you going to do?
And it stands for Harpreet.
Who?
What's that, sorry?
The Bud International Circuits. The H.
I think we should end there, boys, before it gets...
Who's Harpreet?
See you next week.
See you, boys.